Still don't have a name for our pirate ship, by the way.
Could it be riffing in the dark? No? Okay, cool. All right, just...
I like that more than I should. Welcome to the Shred the Mic podcast with Zeke and Kelly. Woo! That's right. We are here back again with another podcast, here to give you all sorts of shreddiness in the form of shred. Yes. Hey, Kelly.
Yes?
What's the Shred the Mic podcast all about?
Oh, good question. The Shred the Mic podcast is a stand-up comedy inspired podcast where Zeke and I both do 5 minutes of brand new material every week. Some of it's been rehearsed, some of it's very raw. And then we're going to give each other feedback and figure out what we want to keep.
Yeah. That's how we do it. You're part of the process. You're along for the ride. You're helping us with your comments, your likes, and all that good stuff, helping us shape material as we take it to the stage and beyond.
Yeah, tell us what's funny.
Yeah, let us know. Otherwise, we're just riffing in the dark. Which...
That sounds like an improv group.
Ooh.
Riffing in the dark.
Yeah. Or a jam band out of Tahoe.
Yeah, it does.
I like that. It's like a wintertime jam band from Truckee.
We should pitch it to Jordan.
We really should. Why are we so good at making other people's stuff? Still don't have a name for our pirate ship, by the way.
Could it be riffing in the dark? No? Okay, cool. All right, just...
I like that more than I should. I really like that. I really do.
All right, it's on the list.
It's on the list.
It's on the list.
All right. So you guys get it. 5 minutes of brand new material with a little bit of feedback from Kelly. Yep. Same thing from me. Yep. And then you guys get to talk about it in the comments. We're super glad to have you guys here. And are you ready to get shreddy?
I am ready.
You know what? We may have to put that in there. Ready to get shreddy. Like, that might be our hashtag this episode. There you go.
Ready to get shreddy.
Do people still do that? I don't think they do.
What, hashtags? Or get shreddy?
No, they totally get shreddy.
I mean, I always get shreddy.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I'm there for a lot of it.
I only live to get shreddy.
Yeah, you do. All right, here we go. Coming to the Shred the Mic stage, Miss Kelly Shanley.
Thank you. Thank you. You're too kind, you guys.
Shred the Mic.
Okay, so I think that we need to build a website where women can upload all of the dick pics that they've ever received.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. For, both solicited and unsolicited, it'll serve different purposes. For the solicited dick pics that we actually wanted, like maybe you met someone online and you're a little nervous to meet them in person, or you're worried about getting catfished, or in this case, cockfished. You can just throw that dick pic online along with their name and number, and then you can use HiveMind. Anyone who knows that name, number, or dick can confirm or deny the accuracy of the photo.
Yeah.
Yeah. But more importantly, for the unsolicited dick pics, okay, we're just going to take their phone number. We can cross-reference it with their geolocation and their VPN and their NFTs and whatever else they have. And we can find out the identity of all those creepy bastards sending unsolicited mystery dick pics. Okay? Yes, ladies, we're going to build a dick database and we're going to call it Wiki-Peen-ia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. With Wiki-Peen-ia, never again will you have to worry about a random 714 number sending you a picture of his chode wearing a sombrero, okay? Because with Wiki-Peen-ia, you just type that phone number right in there, find his identity, and post that picture to his LinkedIn page. Problem solved.
Bam.
Bam.
Yeah.
Wiki-Peen-ia.
Wiki-Peen-ia.
Actions have consequences. Yes, yes. Let's see what else. On the subject of douchey men. Not you, you're great. If you're not responsible for my emotions, how am I responsible for your blue balls? Just general pondering. When I was in my 20s, like the amount of responsibility placed on a woman, to not give a man blue balls it's pretty intense. You'd be surprised. And yet, if we have any sort of feelings about it. Oh, no. There's no room for that here. Like, there was one guy who I went home with him after a very drunk night at a bar. And we were at his place, and I didn't want to have sex with him. I just didn't want to. I know. That's allowed, ladies. That's allowed. But we were like lying in his bed, and once I had established I didn't want to, after a few minutes, he's like, "Oh, you should probably go because I don't think I'm going to be able to control myself with you here." Like, what the fuck? What the fuck kind of like soft threat of sexual assault / backhanded compliment / toxic masculinity is that? Like, are you kidding me? No, the sad part is I was like, oh, okay. And I left. But first, I still gave him my number. What the fuck, you guys? Like, the lack of self-respect that I had makes me so sad for my 20-something self. Like, so sad. Like, I got treated with more decency and respect by the lady at TSA who patted me down searching for explosives than any man I encountered in my 20s. Okay? And, like, that's not okay. Because while all this was happening, I was like, I knew I didn't like it, but I didn't actually know that it was not okay. Because that's just how things were.
Yeah,
that's just how it's always been. So it's how it'll always be. No, that's not how it has to be. There's a thing called boundaries, Oh, the best part. I forgot the best part of that story. The guy who asked me to leave, that guy had a booger hanging in his nose for the better part of an hour. And I didn't even roast him because I was trying to be nice. Okay. And that's the thanks I get. Get your drunk ass out of my apartment and drive home at 4 a.m. Thanks so much. Thank you so much. Anyway, I didn't die. I'm here. So... You're welcome.
Kelly to Shanley. She's here.
Thank you.
And alive,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Nice. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Where to begin? Yeah. Love the booger detail. That's such a good tag on that.
Thank you.
Let's actually try and work from the start to the front, just because I want to try and exercise my brain a little bit.
All right.
What was the first bit?
Dick pic database.
Dick pic Wiki-Peen-ia.
Database. Yes.
Dick
Wiki-Peen-ia.
database / Wiki-Peen-ia.
Yes.
Such a good thing. I really think that I just thought of this while you were talking, was like, oh, you should also open this up to dudes to verify. Like,
ooh.
And again, this might be worthless, but as a joke pitch, but I was just like, dude, like if you could like either roast or confirm your friend's dick on there,
that would be
like if
so
you were
helpful.
a trusted resource where it'd be just like
an ally,
like a dick database ally. Like I've been naked with some of my male friends.
Yeah.
We call our, it's like, oh, I'm naked friends with so-and-so.
Oh.
Right. And like, I'm like, oh, I could definitely pick that guy's dick out of a lineup. Like my college roommates, I have seen their dicks more than probably their wives have. So like, if they happen to become single or try to get themselves out on the dating sites, I'm just like, oh, like if someone's like, is this really his dick? I would just be like, that is definitely his dick. Or like, that is not his dick, unless he had some sort of intervention.
He must have used a filter.
Oh, yeah. Lighting and angles.
Right.
I really think that there's a joke in there because you know how we're always talking about, lighting and angles as far as like talking about faces and even like setting up for the podcast. We're always like, should we warm up the lights? Should we do this? Should we do that? And trying to find everyone's best angle.
Just want to look good.
I feel like you could do the same thing with dick pics, almost leaning into the fact where it's like, his dick doesn't really look that good. He's a photographer. He knows lighting and angles.
Okay.
Or...
Also, I was wondering, this is actually a real question. Are there dick filters out there? There have to be, right? There are so many filters for your face. Like, someone must have invented a filter for your dick, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like to make it like veinier or like...
I would say less veiny, probably. I would like airbrush it a little. Just saying.
Yeah. But you want to show them how strong and powerful you are.
That's true. You do want to let them know that the circulation isn't working.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Dick filters. That might be a separate bit unto itself.
It might be. Yeah.
It might be an offshoot there.
Okay.
Oh, one thing, the visual of a sombrero on a chode. I was like, isn't a chode the taint? Like,
No, it's like a short, fat dick.
really?
Like a tuna can is how my college male friends described a chode.
I have never heard that. In my circles, it's always been your taint and your chode are like the same thing.
Oh, all right. Guys, girls, please comment below and let us know what you think a chode is.
I think that's what like was making me laugh so hard was like a guy was so bad at taking a dick pic that he like lifted his nutsack, like somehow put it on his chode, and he's like, I have this little sombrero. Here you go.
Oh, that's good. That's also good.
But yeah, listen, you know, there's some things that are regional, you know, where it's just like,
true.
what's your taint? It taint your balls, taint your butt. Ah! Like, that's never not going to be funny.
I think taint is universal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that there's like this triumvirate of like names for
Good word.
that area. Thank you.
A triumvirate for your taint.
Yeah. It's like toad, taint, and like something else. I can't remember.
We keep it
Anyways.
classy on Shred the Mic.
We really do.
Yes.
What was
And then I was talking about
self-respect?
Yes.
Yes.
Or lack.
Yeah, I love that. I had never had anybody put it so eloquently as like, yeah, I just never had thought about it in that very plain terms.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, it's your responsibility. I can't believe you did this to me.
Right?
You've done this to me.
It's like, okay, well, you hurt my feelings. Nope.
Mhm.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was good. I'm trying to remember. There was something else in there that I really liked.
Let's see. I still gave him my number.
Yes, you still giving him your number is such a good reversal.
So embarrassing.
That's why you're doing stand-up now, you know?
It's true. It's
Yeah.
true. Oh, and the TSA lady patting me down.
Yeah, such a great detail tying it back from your previous material on how respectful she was.
She was. She was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was all very good stuff.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Well, are you ready, Mr. Zeke Thomas?
I think
to,
so.
Shred a mic now?
I think so.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your next comic. Please give him a warm welcome, Mr. Zeke Thomas.
Thank you so much.
Shred the mic!
Please keep it going for your host, everybody. You, Miss Kelly Shanley.
Thank you.
Keying off what she was talking about, you know, I really wanted to talk a little bit more about dating and my very limited dating experience outside of relationships. We were at a party and we were talking about like dating histories and whatnot. And Kelly's talked about how she was single 9 out of the last 10 years before we were together. Mm-hmm. And for me, like I was coming out of a 17-year relationship and I was single for 3 months during the worst time to be single in the history of being single. Yeah. All right. The middle of COVID, lockdown. I don't think we had no vaccines at that point.
No.
Right. It was just, you were either like, I'm marching off to die in the pursuit of relationships, or I'm staying at home and you're having lots of weird phone dates and FaceTime dates and all that good stuff. Mm-hmm. And so for me, I knew that if things ever opened up, I was going to be a very hot free agent coming out of a relationship and the pandemic. Like I had, you know, you're going through the pain of, for me, it was a divorce and ending of a 17-year relationship and like trying to figure out how to date and all that stuff. But I also had to take an honest look at myself. And I was sort of just like, okay, if I'm going to hit free agency, you know, I think I need to see where I stack up in the draft. And I might not be a first rounder, but I don't think there's a chance I'm going anywhere after the third round. You know, I'm not going to get a record contract, but I know there are several teams that would be very interested in my free agency, right? Mm-hmm. And some people would be willing to take meetings. So, you know, I had to look at my combine stats and really take a hard look in the mirror and be like, okay, if I'm going to be on someone's draft board, what do I bring to the table? And for me, I was kind of happy with what I found. Like, I'm a cerebral player with fluid hips.
Oh.
I have good intangibles. I'm great in the locker room. Yeah. I'm a high character guy with good EQ.
Okay.
Right. I'm a tested relationship veteran who has good long-term upside potential.
Ooh.
Yeah. I have working knowledge of the female playbook. Definitely not a rookie. Right. I may have taken some damage early in my career, but by using therapy and anonymous 12-step fellowships, there's a good chance that I'll be in the game for a while. I'm 43, still in good shape, athletic, still have my hair. I am 5'4", but from what I've been told, I do have an above average dick. I make my own money, so there wouldn't be any salary cap issues. There you go. Those are my notes out of the combine.
Oh, those are great notes.
I want to talk, I've touched on it a couple times about being profiled in Portugal. And for me, I just really want to talk about the fact that like my experience of speaking Portuguese in Portugal was ruined substantially. When people first interacted with me in a customer service setting or getting directions or anything like that, first reaction is to speak Portuguese with this face. And it was awesome. And then the quarter second later, when Kelly and her sister rolled up immediately behind me, people would code switch immediately into English and ruin every opportunity for me to speak Portuguese conversationally in Portugal. I'm not saying that I had done probably 4 months of like Duolingo to try and like brush up on my Portuguese that I'd completely forgotten from my youth. But I was so looking forward to being just like, oh, com licença, oh, obrigado, blah, blah, blah. And just like you talking with people and just practicing my conversational Portuguese. And it was just so incredible and disappointing how fast people were able to switch between English and Portuguese just from looking at who you're with and making judgments. So judgy over there, but so accurate. What was funny though, on our way home, we would travel, in the airline, through the airport, and everyone who works in an airport speaks 7 languages and can bop in and out of them effortlessly.
So impressive.
So impressive. And for me, when I was going through security lines by myself, people would automatically speak Portuguese to me and I would speak Portuguese back. Right. And with Kelly, when she was going through lines, people would either try French or English right away. Yeah. And I'm like, I see it. I see it. And so whenever we were combined, I always got just a little bit, just a dash, a skosh of Portuguese just to be like, hey, you're one of us. And then it was dashed by the Shanley sisters. I'm just saying, I've said it before and I'll say it again. The only place that I got to practice the most amount of Portuguese was, of course, in the most American place of all places, Starbucks. I had a 3-minute conversation with a barista in which she was dropping new vocabulary at me, and I still responded in time. It was glorious. And I got ice. Guys, that's my time. Thank you so much.
Most importantly, you got ice.
I got ice. It was hot as balls.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. Well, I guess, first of all, sorry for ruining your vacation in Portugal.
It's completely ruined.
It was ruined.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. I'll try to do something about this next time. Summertime, too. So, like, this is as dark as I get.
This is pretty dark, guys.
No, I love that. I love the code switching and just like it was really impressive to watch. I saw it happen too. I'd be like, oh, cool, they're speaking Portuguese with Zeke, and then they would look at me and just no, go ahead, it's fine. Like I'm like the mom at the party who's a buzzkill, and they're like,
oh no,
like no, it's fine.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just have to practice more Portuguese with each other.
Yeah.
So that I can say something in Portuguese the next time we're there.
Yeah.
Comfortably. And then they'll maybe continue to speak Portuguese. I don't know.
Who knows?
But no, I think that's a funny bit, the profiling, because just all the different languages I liked. I would love to know what makes them pick whatever language it is that they pick.
Yeah.
You know, because especially in Europe, it could be one of like 20 different languages.
Yeah.
And like, I guess they're going for English is the default because everybody speaks English.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, when I got French, it made me feel so exotic.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get that.
No, I love that. Let's see what else. You as a draft pick. It's a good bit. It's a very good bit.
It feels like a very silly premise that I would love to develop. Or, sorry, you tell me what you think.
No, it's okay. I was going to say that I think it's a great premise. And I think I love all the examples you brought up and how you made them sound sort of football-y, but also sort of relationship-y.
Mm-hmm.
Except for your dick, obviously.
Yeah.
Although that probably matters in football too. I don't know. No, I really like that bit. I felt a little funny sitting next to you and listening to you pitch yourself to the world. No, it was great. And I love the like, maybe not first round, but definitely not after the third round. Like, I just think it's so specific. If anything, keep getting more specific. And like, you know me, I love wordplay and analogies and things like that. And I think you could do even more with it and just tie it all together. So you're like, is he even talking about football or dating right now? I can't even, like, you can make it sound so, I don't know. I think that could be a really fun. Oh, that's what it was. I was going to say, when you talked about your combine stats, like that's your dating profile, you know?
Okay.
Like combine stats, rattle some off. And then you're like dating profile. Like, I don't know. I feel like there could be a fun
juxtaposition right there.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's one of those things that I'm like, it's a little self-congratulatory, but at the same time, it's also deeply personal because like, these were thoughts that were going through my head, like as I was becoming single for the first time in 17 years, just being like, oh no, do I know what to do? How can I go about this?
Right.
Like, what's my market value?
Will
like,
anybody want me?
Am I going to be dating 2s or 9s?
Yeah.
What's it going to be? Like, and like,
well, I would open with that because that personalizes it so much. Like you did, but like, I would say just like how vulnerable you felt. And then if it feels too self-congratulatory, you can always throw in a couple self-deprecating ones.
Yeah.
You know, again, like pull from the silly football terminology book and like equate those to what your shortcomings as a potential suitor might be. If you just sprinkle a couple of those in, like, but I have this going, you know, I think that's fun to have some reversals in there too.
Yeah. I think what I also really, those are all great notes, but I think also what's interesting too is like, I think it'll make people think about themselves a little bit. Like, you know, and
good.
Where you're like, am I dating my equal? Am I sitting next to like a second rounder or like, am I, you know, like I love comics that are just like, so which one of you is the hot one who's like punching up a weight class? Like, well, they'll do like audience work and stuff like that. Out. I find that, well, I also love cringe. So like, I love that. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's just like, wow, fellow second rounder. All right. Fucking fuck yeah. Like, nice. Or like, you're just like, ugh, what happened here? I thought we had better upside potential, or, you know, like, you know, I don't know. There's some things that I like.
Or like there was talk that they were going to go in the first round.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff, Zeke.
Thank you, Kelly.
Football, the NFL draft, and dating.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun thing to play with. I like it.
Yeah. It's going to take some work, but I feel like I could, of my recent bits, I'm like, this one, there might be a thing in there. Yeah. It's going to take work though.
Ooh, maybe you could do a bit about, since I was single forever, you know, how like longtime free agent, you know, never signed a contract. We got a franchise quarterback now, or like something. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I mean, when you were still single, I was just like, wait, what's up with this catch? Like, why? What's going on here? Like, this is a franchise quarterback still on the market.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's going on here?
You know.
Yeah. Anyways, it's probably not going to make the podcast. But yeah, the amount of people that were just like, you're dating Kelly? She's a catch. Don't fuck it up.
you.
And I was just like,
Thank you.
I'm not trying to. Thank you so much. Jesus. Yeah. Anyways.
People told me you were great too.
What?
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
Hey, Kelly, how can people find you on the internet?
Oh, well, YouTube, I am at Kelly Shanley. If you're watching that here, great. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. Comment, tell us what's funny. Tell us what you think a chode is. I'm also on Instagram at Kelly A. Shanley. Same with TikTok, Kelly A. Shanley. And Medium, I'm at Kelly Shanley as well.
Perfect. I love everything about that.
Zeke, where can people find you on the internet?
I'm so glad you asked. People can find me at YouTube, on YouTube, at Zeke Thomas, and of course, everywhere else at Zeke Thomas is Rad. Everywhere else means Instagram, TikTok, well, just those places. And of course, how can you forget about the Patreon? Patreon.com/Zeke Thomas is Rad for all your Zeke Thomas needs. For as little as $5 a month, you get complete access to the entire library of all your Zeke Thomasnesses. At the Johnny Utah level, though, you get shouted out. Shouted out?
Yes.
It doesn't even sound right. I know it's right, but it sounds weird. Shouted
out.
Yes, in each and every episode of Shred the Mic. Of course, Jonathan Hamrick, Sophia Monroe, get those shout outs because they're at the Johnny Utah. They are at the Johnny Utah level, and that's how it's done.
That's how it's done.
You don't have to be a Johnny Utah, though. You can get it going. You can be a Grom. You don't have to be a Harkin Banks either.
No, you guys don't know what that is. Watch Hot Dog the movie.
Just go watch that movie.
Thank us later.
Anyways, guys, you've been amazing. Like, comment, and subscribe. We will see you next week with another episode of Shred the Mic.
Shred.
Shred the Mic is written, hosted, and produced by Zeke Rodrigues Thomas and Kelly Shanley. Audio engineering by Zeke Rodrigues Thomas for Mindjam Media. And when in doubt, shred the mic.